Alright, next up we are trying Kayn in a Shadow Isles deck along with Elise. If you're unfamiliar, you should go watch the other video I have on my channel, the Kayn Jax deck that explains some of the new mechanics. I don't want to go over them again, but so watch that if you're unfamiliar with what equipment are and how they work, although you could probably pick it up just by watching this. But we'll talk a bit about what this deck is looking to do. So Kayn is one of our main champions, and I wanted to pair him and his followers with the Shadow Isles equipment that we got in this set because they seem kind of neat. So the two Shadow Isles equipment we got here, Malefic Spear, 3 mana, +2/+1, and Fearsome 2 unit, but only costs 1 if a unit died this round. This is really good when we're attacking into an opponent's board. They kill one of our units, and maybe killing our unit that has the Malefic Spear on it. It falls off, and then we can re-equip it on another unit. But to enable it in the early stages of the game, we have fodder for it like Hapless Aristocrat. We have things like Elise and Vile Feast that can also generate fodder for it. And then sacrificing those to either Glimpse Beyond or the Darken Halberd, our other equipment, to enable it. Darken Halberd just a +2/+2. No Fearsome for some reason, but is what it is. Pretty good thing. Now, the Darken Halberd is one of several pieces of equipment in this new set that you can sink mana into to turn into a unit instead of an equipment, which is kind of cool. And Tarash is like this weird combination of like a leveled Hecarim and the Harrowing, just attacking and creating a ton of ephemeral copies that will likely end the game if you can get that attack in. Past that, obviously, we're running a lot of cultist cards to help us find Kayn and synergize with the equipment that we're running. Ranger Knight Defector, I think, is one of the best, if not the best. Well, it's almost certainly the best cultist among the cards. It's also just one of the better. It feels like one of the better. It's just a really solid card. I'll put it that way. I don't want to speculate here. Heedless Resurrection, another really good cultist card. We're trying this in a Shurima deck up next. That's running equipment using the improvise mechanic, because this is just a solid like reanimate your strongest champion for 3 is just really strong. And like this deck it's pretty much we're never paying 5 for it, but it's already a decent, like you're already fine paying 5 for this. Yeah, I don't want to talk much more about that. Let's just hop into some games and see how it feels. My fear with the deck is that it's probably okay into other aggressive lists, depending on how fast this format is. I think it could be okay into them. We got like some decent bodies. We got some life gain. Our champion is very good at stabilizing once he gets leveled. It'll depend on how fast the format is, because my thoughts are we're probably not fast enough to get under what our opponents are doing most of the time. Our opponents that are going bigger than what this deck is doing. I'm gonna keep the Vile Feast. Everything else was pretty trash, and we got a whole bunch of trash to go along with it, but Vile Feast should be good at helping us slow down our opponents, at least for a little while. If they play out the 3/1 Fearsome, that's kind of perfect, because then we can just have like 2-for-1 our opponent effectively. They want to attack here, it's like, yep, feel free. I think we'll go ahead and play Elise here, see if we can get in for 2 and generate a Spiderling. If not, we might try to do Malefic Spear shenanigans this round. Probably not. We might save it for next round. Sure. Now the question becomes, how do we want to do this? We'll just pass. Pass, bank the spell mana for our Vile Feast, see what they do. Okay, I think with that, I think we might spear in response. Sorry, not spear in response. Vile Feast in response. Well, that's interesting. So that's... Oh, it doesn't... That's weird. Shouldn't this have resolved first and then one of these got the Fading Husk on them? That's really odd. Malefic Spear. Do we want a spear? No, I think I want to be more resource efficient. So let's play out this guy.
Power lurks beyond darkness.
I don't think this is how our opponent wants to... Yeah. Oh, they don't want to offer that trade at all. That's interesting. Okay, I'm fine with that. Go ahead and play out Kayn here.
He will surrender the darkened weapon or die. We will drown him in shadow.
With the Heedless Resurrection hand, I'm feeling pretty safe to just run Kayn into the Arachnoid Sentry here. They could do something like... Oh, I don't know, a bunch of stuff to kill him, but... Yeah, like that, sure. We also have another Elise in hand, so if they want to trade with her now, I think that's fine, because we got a 1-1 out of the deal. As opposed to doing it on block.
What a strange, wonderful world.
Vengeance is a nice pickup. Is there any reason...
I pull the string.
I'll do this to start and see what our opponent does. Sure. Pretty much gives me the go-ahead to just do this. I'm surprised they're... See, this thing would have been a 6 attack unit. I really think they're supposed to try to get me there. Let's see. We could get really aggressive with the Shadow Fiend. I think we want to start here, though, to see what they do. Okay. Could push for damage. So they block. Let's see. So they block here. Actually, we could pretty much safely attack in, huh? Do I want to do that? Because I want to keep this guy around.
I'm beginning to rust.
I think we're going to play it a little slow.
This piece will be transformative.
Gonna go ahead and just kill this.
Welcome, one and all, to the Midnight Rebel! destruction! Beautiful!
Beautiful.
To slaughter.
The rage. Let it loose.
Ye will surrender the darkened weapon, or die.
So I didn't explain this in my original playthrough, but Kayn, when he levels up, he goes back to hand and gives you a choice between two different kind of versions of him to play. One is an Overwhelm Challenger, one is an Elusive Challenger. The Overwhelm heals himself and your Nexus a little bit every time he kills. The Elusive guy just has +2 attack every time he attacks. Rast has +1/+1. So this is definitely the choice in matchups like this where opponents looking to get aggressive. They're dead on this attack, so unless they have like Vengeance to deal with us... Nope. They had 12 mana. They could, in theory, have double Vengeance, our two biggest things on board, and then we might have actually been in some trouble depending on how top decks shaked out after that. I mean, that match pretty much went the way we're kind of hoping for those matchups to go, right? We're doing something... we're going a little bit bigger than what our opponents are trying to do, and we have incidental life gain on top of that to slow them down. Now, against something like this, it's going to be interesting to see how we perform. Vengeance is obviously going to be great in this matchup, but I think it's a little bit too expensive to keep in our opener. It's tough to say if Vile Feast is a good keep here. I'm going to go ahead and like mulligan this, just looking for things to play to the board. I was hoping to find one of our 1 mana plays there, obviously. Yikes. 3 Malefic Spear, not what you want to see in the opener. That's a pretty good... Elise is really good into this. We'll just take the hit here.
We could use a bite.
Okay, well that suggests to me that we're gonna get Frostbitten. Does that mean we want to spend our mana playing out our other stuff? How much mana? We have exactly 6 mana next turn. Depending on what they do, we might actually be vengeancing this wolf.
Faster than my arrow?
No. Now we're vengeancing you. Yeah. Now... Oh, really? Okay. Do I want to play a Kayn out? It's a bit risky with this Rhyme Fang Wolf lying about. Kind of wouldn't mind just like ensuring that we can play out a bunch of spears. I like this, I think.
What delightful agony to inflict.
This still dies to Thresh, which is irritating.
Hard snap.
It's an interesting block.
For Reavers.
Guess he's already halfway leveled. I think we're gonna play these two this next round.
All the world on one arrow.
You can pretty much guarantee level Thresh, eh? This is gonna get the power, but it won't. Okay, I'm fine passing. They don't want to attack here. I think it's very good for us.
Swiftly now. As the arrow flies.
When I say
So yeah, I mean, like we said before, Frostbite's kind of a bitch for this deck. And I think they're perfectly fine to just take the 6 here. They know our deck doesn't really have reach. Okay, they know we have this Kayn, but maybe we can get away with killing their Thresh before it pops off.
Serve me right.
Swiftly now.
To slaughter.
We have plenty of cards. Yeah, we have plenty of cards. I don't think we need thingy.
The rage. Let it loose.
You are the tool. I am the weapon.
Lies into feeble mind.
My guess is she has a bunch of frostbite effects. But I don't think we can really afford to wait and do nothing, so...
Obey your master.
Continue without.
What is in their hand?
One candle for every soul. Before me.
Maybe the resurrection?
Beg for mercy.
That's the card that... Gotcha, gotcha.
Tall as a mountain and covered in ice.
Okay, I think we've died. Too many spears. This spear literally never got played. So if this was anything else, we would have won. GG.
To victory.
Well, I wouldn't say we would have won, but we would have been in a much better spot. Also, if we got to draw 2 cards from that other thing, we would have been in a better spot as well, but I think we had to go for it there.
You cannot refuse my thirst forever, Runeterra.
Maybe I could have passed on them and seen what they would do, and maybe they could have Vile Feasted, and then I could have done that in response. I don't know. I don't think it's wise for them to play a... I don't know. Is it worth them playing a Vile Feast on a 1-1 with them being ahead on board like that? I think you save it, like, just in case. You need that 1 extra damage on one of my big units or something. Pretty easy mulligan here. Definitely want the 1-drops. The more expensive clunky stuff can go away. We've already got a Kayn in hand thanks to our 3 cultists. So I think we're gonna look to get anything but probably our first piece of equipment, why not?
Peace is a trail painted
Yeah,
with blood.
3 damage.
I've got your back.
Sure. That card's likely to be very good. I think I'll take it.
Onwards!
We'll just go ahead and open attacks here. See what he does. If he plays something to this to trade this off, that's kind of nice because it means we get to go Keeper of the Box, play a cheap card.
Together, stranger.
Unfortunately, we are not trading, which kind of stinks, but
Terrible things lay inside.
A soldier stands among us. We are all soldiers this day.
we are all soldiers this day. This might be worth killing with with Furious Wielder. Then again, we have our boy King, but then he could get out of hand is the thing.
Into the abyss.
Could trade here too and then get Elise plus thingy down.
Into the abyss.
This is like really inefficient. We also have thingy in hand.
You will see.
We also have Vengeance though too.
Shadow.
Yeah, let's just get rid of this while we have the chance, I think. Like, while they don't have mana up, you know, I think it's important.
The undoing draws near.
Yes, yours.
You're covered.
Gonna pass.
I am ready.
Coward is still.
Press on.
Do we think they have a single combat to get me in response? They might. I think we just end the round then.
Onward!
Do I care about this? Guess I'll just kill it now then. Even if he has a single combat. Or this, like, is what it is.
Failed you, said.
I will die when I am ready.
Ugh, maybe I misplayed this. Maybe I was holding up that vengeance for too long. I think we're too far gone at this point. I'm not sure even my playing around.
We will have our revenge.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to kill the dragons actually. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not supposed to hold up the vengeance like I was for so many turns and then saving it for like the dragon. Actual challenge threat that's gonna do us in. I actually don't know the way that the way our opponent's draw is lined up there. I don't know that we're beating what they're doing anyway. I'll keep the Darken Halberd and see. Okay, well, don't really need two of them, but sure, take it, I guess.
I pull the strings.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the waves.
You won't suffer long.
If it's a people problem, I'm your man.
A tribute to the Spider God. Hush now.
Persistence is key.
Deal.
You dare!
I will search!
I think I'll end the round for now.
Flesh is a weakness we must shed.
fairly annoying.
Terrible things lay inside.
So I guess with that, I think one of our first moves is going to be to go Darken Halberd, sack a Spider, get this out of that Mark II range. Death Ray Mark II range. Although, was it a... It's a Victor's Death Ray, so it should turn into Victor if he draws it, right? So maybe we don't need to worry about it. Still, I think it's worthwhile. I'd even play one of these.
The same calling card from our other case.
You won't suffer long.
It doesn't add up.
We are very out of gas, though. Oh, so it turns... Oh, because she created a fleeting copy of it, and while it was in the deck, it was still... that. That's not awful. We can play all three of these too, which is nice. I don't know if it's good. Ugh, that's irritating. Is that actually in his deck, or was it created? So annoying that these are free now.
New materials, new improvements.
They will fear my name
And grovel before mine.
Come closer. I don't bite.
Is this worth playing? We can push 3 points of damage. But it means if he goes down, that's kind of it. Do we care? I think I like pushing damage.
We could use a bite.
He needs life steal, he needs a lot. Fearsome does nothing.
What's that noise?
Weak-willed fool.
It's an awesome day for progress.
Well, this creates a 6 cost thing, so we know he can't play it. I may as well attach it to something. Very irritating.
Another brilliant design.
Maybe I'm supposed to attack all out. He blocks here, they block. No, then I just lose anyway.
Yes, of course.
Looks like we're gonna come up a little bit short here. Then again, our fearsome unit could push through potentially.
The killer remains.
Another brilliant design.
Nope. That sucks. So I think we're dead. Right? No, we're not, because we can force him to... Yeah. This is also a great play. Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe... Maybe pushing this back to hand and playing it is what I should have thought about.
Voice from within.
Obsolete.
There was no reason not to attack with those two, right? Yeah, that was stupid of me. I guess we play this as a 10. But yeah, that was wrong.
Aatrox, I have heard your call.
These two should be dead.
Was right on my tail.
That's the best they can... That's the best we got?
I hate traffic.
This just blocks here and... Why doesn't he block here?
Oh, the door!
There you go. Sure. I guess he can kill it. If he has the cards. Yeah, there might have been some way to win with bouncing that spear back to hand while we still had 10 mana. I didn't really think about that. There was a turn where we lost Kayn and I probably had the spell mana to do that. I don't know. Sorry, is it my go? No. Okay. What does he do? Followers you've slain. Oh, so if they're like a control deck like this that just has shit followers, it doesn't really do much, eh? That kind of sucks. All of these are like play effects too. Like just imagine these were ETB effects and I would have gotten that, at least gotten the value from these, but no. This card kind of looking trash in this instance. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else to do. Pathetic. Well, yeah, I don't know. We're looking for a top deck here. Fortunately, it looks like our opponent disconnected. I'll keep playing out cards, pretending he's just passing back on us. To see if he can reconnect. I think, honestly, they're winning this game after that trash preferred treasure card. I don't know what it's called. Treasured trash. That was a big oof for us, especially considering how lackluster our 10 mana play is by comparison. Guess we could do this to start and see what they got going on. Ugh.
The box bestows for a price.
Yeah. Remember when I was supposed to... yeah, to be fair, I did kind of kill myself because they had those 2 extra blockers, right? Because I, for whatever reason, didn't attack with those 2. Because, like, Thingy was unblockable by their units. They had to block with Victors, so these 2 should have gotten in for damage.
I have seen them in the darkness. The darken.
Irresistible power, inevitable death.
Yeah. So I guess... yeah, so I guess our deck could have won this turn anyway. If I played properly. I mean... just do it again. You can Vile Feast this so it doesn't gain life, depending on where it goes. Alright. Yeah. Our mistake would have allowed us to win the game even without this disconnect. Because those two chump blockers he threw away were definitely blocked 3 damage, and even then we could have just attacked with our better units that round, and just generate enough to fill the board. Okay, we'll do one more with this deck, I think. Don't really want to end on that game. Plus, we're still under an hour with this one, so do one more. And then I think I'll turn a light on in this room because I'm looking like a... I don't know. Camera just looks kind of off. Piltover and Zahn. They could have stuff that dies to Vile Feast.
Lady Elise, where are you?
Okay, we're improvising. I guess that's like one of the best things to be doing with those improvised cards, huh? Because they're pretty trash cards by default.
Got more scars than years, and got a lot of years. Any takers?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost certainly not getting in this round. I guess we could do this without the cost reduction. Are we interested in doing that? Yeah, maybe.
Follow you anywhere.
Of course you would.
Maybe. Yeah, definitely a neat idea. That's not something I thought of because I just don't really think about this card. But yeah, I could see this. If it works the way
How's the ship holding up?
they seem to think it works, then it's pretty excellent. Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. That's actually kind of cracked. I can't get in. Wonder if they'll actually change the way this interacts with improvise. Or just change this card outright.
Some rock got me good.
Well, and I don't even want to play the Jax deck that we're playing up next. This one's just so much better. Nah, we'll probably still play it, but... We'll probably still play it. It's only the first time each round, but still. That is so good with these improvised followers. Shit. Yeah, just like give the equipment to this thing. Yep. Opponent's doing stuff. That's for sure. What do we do? What do we do? I guess we do this because it makes most of their attacks bad. Except this one, and we can still trade. I don't know if we will, but we could.
Where are my comrades?
What do they have in hand? Okay. Okay, they're not willing to trade. I think we're supposed to trade here, though.
undoing draws near.
Yes, yours. Coward.
It's fine. You don't have to kill your jacks. Yet.
Back to the mountain.
Here comes the punchline.
We're dead. Super dead. These draws are god awful too.
What a tangled web.
Do one more with this. That wasn't much of a match. I think our opponent's one card combo deck is really good. That seems like something that's just gonna push out any other mid-rangey deck, because that seems like it could be just the best thing to be doing. Kind of, yeah. That seems like it could be the best mid-range deck in this format. Jeez. I've always not liked that card just on principle, and it's never been particularly good, but now that feels really busted. How many more times are we gonna have to deal with this card? This set, I wonder. I mean, we're just gonna get hit by Avalanche, right? And then be sad, so I guess we'll open with attacks. With unattack.
Me, miss? Not by a long shot.
Yeah. Do I get the Forge ability too?
Not even I know what I'm cooking up.
Yeah, this is cracked. There's no way this is okay.
One step ahead. Laying the groundwork. Manners? No.
Come closer. I don't bite.
A greater power lurks beyond darkness. I must have it.
This card is really bad. We're just kind of putting it in this deck because it's kind of a curve filler and we want more cultists.
We follow the legends until we become them.
My god, man. Clearly I've missed some shit in this format. Clearly I have missed some shit. So let's see. How do we want to play this out?
Shadows of shadows.
I don't really have much to do. Wow, okay. Sure.
You will obey your master as I do mine.
Just gonna try to go wide around them, I guess.
Stops us. Not cold, not death.
Ye will surrender the darkened weapon, or die. We will drown him in shadow.
Are they dead? Who died? It was Elise, right? This is more efficient.
Give it to me! Cowards, be still.
Alright. Whatever.
You see, Darken, a display of true power.
Alright, that's gonna do it for that one. Neat synergies. Kinda clunky and slow though into what other decks are doing. Not sure it can really compete with other mid-range decks. I mean, it's good into exactly aggro, as I said, as I suspected to begin with. I mean, I guess if you can get a leveled Kayn pretty early, maybe you're doing stuff. But I kind of want to experiment more with Kayn out in other archetypes. I think one perhaps obvious avenue to take is in Demacia, so that you have more strike cards to like level him quickly. Getting him down, challenging a weak thing, killing it, healing, and then doing something like single combat with him to level him the turn he comes down seems potentially very, very powerful. Of course, that deck, Demacia, doesn't have a ton of equipment in it, but still, maybe it's good enough. I think that might be the one I want to try next. Plus, equipping a champion like Fiora could be interesting because she's already like kind of close to good, and then if she gets equipment on her, that could be very good. Although then again, we're a cultist deck. Again, there's not much equipment per se. Guess you have that one 4-drop. That's a Freljord Demacian card that you could put in. Anyway, something to think about. All right, let's move on to the final deck for